Welcome back to the channel Coins Buyers, Coin Collectors and Treasure Hunters. Today, we're diving deep into the world of a seemingly simple coin that could be worth way more than you ever imagined. The United States 1-cent coin from 2007 may seem ordinary, but don't let its modest copper finish fool you. You could be holding on to something truly special, something that collectors dream of, worth more than anyone would believe. Most of us don't think twice about a penny. We toss it aside, let it accumulate dust, or drop it into a jar, hoping it adds up someday. But what if I told you that one specific 2007 penny could turn that humble copper coin into a prized possession? Let's talk history. The 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln penny, has been an American staple since 1909, proudly featuring the face of Abraham Lincoln on its obverse side. Each year, millions of these coins are minted, often with little variance in design or value. But in the world of coin collecting, even the smallest difference can make a world of difference when it comes to worth. In 2007, the United States Mint produced billions of 1-cent coins, with the classic design that includes Lincoln's profile and the memorial building on the back. While these pennies were in circulation all over the country, there are certain features that make some of these coins incredibly rare and highly valued by collectors. So, what exactly makes some of these 2007 pennies stand out? A combination of factors: errors, unique mint marks, and unusual features that occurred during the minting process. Let's break down what you should look for. First, the mint mark. For collectors, coins with rare or unusual mint marks can be highly desirable. While most of these coins come from the Philadelphia or Denver mints, a select few with rare mint marks or even an absence of a mint mark entirely can increase their value. Next up, errors. Errors can range from double die errors, off-center strikes, and other unique features that arise during production. These minting errors make a coin distinct, and they're sought after in the world of numismatics, because each error tells a story. Maybe the press was a bit off, or there was a malfunction in the machinery. But the result? A coin unlike any other. Another fascinating aspect is the composition. While pennies have traditionally been made of copper, zinc became the primary metal used in more recent years. However, on rare occasions, a few pennies are mistakenly minted on copper planchets, which makes them different in weight and composition. These copper variants are incredibly rare and are highly sought after by collectors. Condition is another factor that can significantly increase a penny's value. Even the smallest scratch or discoloration can impact the worth, so keeping coins in pristine condition or finding one in uncirculated condition is like striking gold. Grading plays a huge role here, with professional grading agencies assigning a grade that can determine a coin's market value. Coins rated as MS65, Mint State 65, or higher are especially valuable. So, how do you know if your 2007 penny is worth a fortune? Check for mint marks, weigh it if possible, inspect it for errors, and consider getting it professionally graded. Who knows, you might be holding on to a hidden gem. The market for rare coins has exploded in recent years. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for unique coins that tell the story of America's rich history and coin-making process. Auctions, online marketplaces, and coin shows are all platforms where collectors gather to trade, sell, and buy these fascinating pieces. And let me tell you, when the right penny comes up for sale, it can drive collectors into a frenzy. People are willing to pay top dollar for the chance to add a rare coin to their collection. And the 2007 penny, if it checks all the boxes, could make a tremendous impact in the auction scene. We've all heard stories of someone stumbling upon a rare coin in an old piggy bank or an inherited collection. It happens more often than you'd think. People overlook the pennies lying around their homes, but these stories prove that treasures can be found in the most unexpected places. Some lucky owners of rare pennies from similar years have turned those small, unassuming coins into incredible windfalls. We're talking tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and even millions of dollars. The right coin, with the right features, in the right condition, can make you a small fortune. So, here's the question you've all been waiting for. Could you really become a millionaire with just one penny? Well, for certain 2007 pennies that meet all the criteria, you might be shocked at what collectors are willing to pay. That's right. If you have the right 2007 1-cent coin with those rare characteristics, you could be looking at a collector's item valued at $16 million. Yes, you heard that right, $16 million. So what are you waiting for? Go check your pockets, old jars, and collections. That 2007 penny just might be a treasure worth millions. Make sure to like this video, subscribe for more coin collecting tips, and let us know in the comments if you found any interesting coins in your collection. And as always, happy hunting! Today, we're diving into the world of one of the most overlooked yet valuable treasures you might be carrying in your pocket or lying around your house. And no, it's not gold or silver, it's a humble 1-cent coin from 1982. Yes, you heard that right. Today, we're unlocking the mystery and potential fortune behind the United States of America 1982 Lincoln cent, a penny that could make you a millionaire. Stick around, because by the end, you'll understand why this tiny coin is worth big money and what makes a rare few of them worth $15 million. First, let's travel back in time. It's the early 1980s. The economy is changing, inflation is hitting hard, and the US Mint is wrestling with rising production costs. Copper prices had skyrocketed, and suddenly, producing copper pennies was more expensive than the penny's actual value. So, in 1982, the Mint decided to do something drastic. They changed the composition of the penny. Until then, pennies were made primarily of copper. But with copper costs rising, they switched to a copper-coated zinc composition. This may sound like a small detail, but this change in material is a key factor in what makes the 1982 penny so unique and valuable. In 1982, the Mint produced both copper and zinc versions of the Lincoln cent. So, there are two types of 1982 pennies, and to make things even more complicated, they made 7 different varieties, including changes in the coin's weight and slight differences in design. We're talking about large and small date varieties, and coins struck in different metals. Sounds confusing, right? Well, it is. This is why the 1982 penny is a coin collector's dream, and it's also why some people have been able to sell their pennies for astonishing amounts. The copper pennies weighed 3.11 grams, while the new zinc ones weighed just 2.5 grams. This small difference in weight created a lot of confusion among collectors, and a lot of potential for valuable discoveries. What makes a few of these 1982 pennies so valuable that someone would pay millions of dollars? Let's break it down. As with anything collectible, the rarer something is, the more valuable it becomes. Only a limited number of 1982 pennies were made from copper before the Mint fully transitioned to zinc. A few rare varieties with copper slipped through in 1982, and they are prized among collectors. The US Mint was going through a hectic transition in 1982. Not only were they switching metals, but they were also producing pennies at multiple mints across the country. Some errors happened, and coins were struck with unexpected characteristics. Certain 1982 pennies, for instance, have errors like double strikes, off-center strikes, or even the wrong metal composition. These mistakes mean big money to collectors. This was a pivotal year for the US Mint. The 1982 penny represents a time when the economy was changing, and the government was taking steps to adjust to rising inflation. Owning one of these pennies is like owning a piece of history, a snapshot of a turbulent economic period. With coin collecting growing as a hobby, especially among those seeking investment opportunities, rare and historically significant coins like the 1982 Lincoln cent are hot on the market. Collectors want unique pieces, especially those with errors or those made in copper from this specific year. So, when one of these rare pennies appears at an auction, the bidding can reach astronomical levels. Now, here's where you come in. Maybe you're wondering, do I have one of these valuable pennies lying around? You might. Here's how to check if you have a potentially valuable 1982 copper penny. Get a precise digital scale that can measure in grams. A copper 1982 penny should weigh 3.11 grams. If it's lighter, around 2.5 grams, it's likely a zinc penny and probably not worth as much. Carefully inspect the coin for any errors. Errors can include doubling, where parts of the design appear twice, off-center strikes, or even more subtle minting anomalies. 1982 pennies come in 2 different date styles, large date and small date. Certain combinations of date style and metal composition are much rarer than others. Research which combinations are rare or have fetched high prices in the past. If you think you found a valuable penny, consider taking it to a professional coin grader or appraiser. They can verify its authenticity and give you an idea of its potential worth. To show you the real value of these pennies, let's look at some recent auction stories. In 2017, a collector sold a rare 1982 copper penny for over $18,000 at auction. And even more recently, other 1982 copper pennies have fetched prices in the 6-figure range. But one particular coin, a 1982 copper penny with a specific error, could bring in $15 million. Imagine the thrill of finding a penny in your pocket or collection that's worth a fortune. Some people collect Lincoln cents not just as a hobby but as an investment. As more collectors and investors enter the coin market, prices for rare pennies continue to rise. With economic uncertainty and interest in tangible investments growing, a rare penny like the 1982 Lincoln cent is more valuable than ever. So, holding on to that lucky penny might actually be one of the smartest investments you can make. So there you have it. The 1982 United States 1-cent coin is more than just a penny, it's a piece of history, a symbol of economic change, and potentially a life-changing treasure. If you have some old pennies lying around, take a closer look. You might just have a fortune in your hands. To sum it all up, a rare 1982 Lincoln cent in excellent condition, with just the right characteristics, could fetch an astonishing value of $15 million. So, check those pennies, stay curious, and remember, sometimes, even the smallest things can have the biggest impact. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Let us know in the comments if you've got any interesting finds, and who knows, your penny might just be the next millionaire coin. Today, we're diving into the world of US pennies, specifically focusing on a single, unassuming coin, the 1981 Lincoln penny. This coin might just be worth way more than you'd expect. Stick around because you might be sitting on a hidden treasure that could change your life. Now, before we reveal the jaw-dropping value, let's get into a bit of background. Lincoln pennies, also known as Lincoln cents, have been minted in the United States since 1909, when they were introduced to honor the centennial of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. These coins were revolutionary for their time, being the first U.S. coins to feature a real person's portrait. Over the years, the design has evolved, materials have changed, and slight variations have made certain pennies incredibly rare. And that brings us to our coin of interest, the 1981 Lincoln penny. Let's break down why the 1981 penny is so intriguing. First off, the D on the coin stands for the Denver Mint, where it was struck. You may already know that the Denver Mint has produced billions of pennies over the years, but the 1981 has a few unique aspects that set it apart. Coins from 1981 are special because they were the last pennies produced with a copper composition before the transition to zinc cores in 1982. But this change led to various experimental minting processes. Some of these 1981 pennies were struck with incredibly fine detail or slight variations that make collectors' hearts race. So, what makes a 1981 penny worth millions? Here's the secret: rarity, condition, and demand. Collectors look for mint state coins, often marked by an MS, mint state, rating, indicating the coin has never been circulated. Coins in perfect condition from 1981, particularly those with errors or unique features, are in high demand and worth a small fortune. But that's not all. Some 1981 pennies have errors, like misaligned dies, double-struck patterns, or off-center images, that are incredibly rare. Coin enthusiasts go wild over these mistake coins, as they are seen as unique pieces of history and are often worth a premium. Collecting coins might sound like a quiet hobby, but make no mistake, it's a high-stakes world. Rare Lincoln pennies can sell for astounding prices at auctions. The highest quality 1981 pennies, especially those with pristine surfaces, vivid details, or unique errors, have skyrocketed in value over the years. In fact, just recently, a 1981 penny in near-perfect mint state went up for auction and sent shockwaves through the collector's world. Bidders went crazy, driving up the price as each collector recognized just how rare this coin was. You might be wondering, can I find one of these? Well, the answer is, maybe. Millions of 1981 pennies were minted, but only a few rare ones remain in mint condition. That's why collectors, and treasure hunters, are constantly sifting through their change, coin jars, and collections, hoping to strike it rich with that one elusive penny. So, what should you look for if you're going through your old pennies? First, examine the condition. Does it look shiny, almost like it's never been touched? That's a great start. Then, check for the small D mark under the year. And, if you have a magnifying glass, take a closer look, especially at Lincoln's profile and any letters or numbers that might look a bit unusual. If you think you found a potential treasure, don't rush to sell it just yet. Coins should be evaluated by a professional to determine their quality and authenticity. Certification organizations like the PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or the NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can give you an official rating, which could significantly impact the value of your penny. Stories of people finding valuable coins are out there. Some individuals have stumbled upon coins worth thousands, even millions, simply by paying attention to the small details. And now, with this knowledge, that could be you. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. How much could one of these rare, near-perfect 1981 D Lincoln pennies actually be worth? A whopping $14 million. That's right, a single penny, 1 cent, can be worth as much as $14 million under the right circumstances. So, next time you find a penny, take a closer look. It just might be the treasure you didn't know you had. Now that you know the value hiding in these coins, don't let any penny go unexamined. And if you found this video helpful or inspiring, hit that like button and subscribe to stay in the loop about more rare coins that could change your life. Happy hunting, everyone. This script keeps the excitement high and builds anticipation for the final reveal, making viewers stay engaged. Let me know if there's anything specific you'd like to tweak. Today, we're taking a closer look at a small coin with a massive story, the 1976 United States of America 1-cent coin, better known as the Lincoln penny. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a penny. But sometimes, hidden within those small coins are treasures worth far more than their face value. You might have a valuable penny in your pocket right now and not even know it. Today, we'll uncover why this 1976 Lincoln penny is so special, the incredible history behind it, and just how much collectors are willing to pay. Let's go back to 1976. It was a monumental year in American history. The United States celebrated its bicentennial, marking 200 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Patriotism and pride filled the air, and everything from quarters to dollar bills had designs commemorating the bicentennial year. But did you know that even the humble penny played a role in capturing the spirit of that year? Although the penny didn't get a special bicentennial design like the quarter, half dollar, or dollar, the 1976 penny still carries historical significance. Minted in a year filled with American pride, this coin represents a unique moment in time, frozen in copper. It's a piece of history you can hold in your hand. Now, let's talk about the details of this coin. First, take a look at Abraham Lincoln's iconic profile on the front, or obverse, of the penny. Designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909, this design has graced our pennies for more than a century. In fact, it's the longest-running coin design in U.S. history. Most 1976 pennies were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. So if you look closely at the area below the date, you might see a tiny letter. A D means it was minted in Denver, while an S stands for San Francisco. No letter. That means it was minted in Philadelphia. And here's the thing, the mint mark plays a huge role in determining the value of a penny. Alright, you're probably wondering, what exactly makes a 1976 penny worth more than its face value? Several factors come into play. Let's start with condition. A penny in near-perfect, or mint state, condition is highly sought after by collectors. When a penny has been kept in pristine condition for decades, it's like holding a perfect snapshot from history. Grading companies, like PCGS or NGC, rate coins on a scale from 1 to 70. The closer a penny is to the top grade of 70, the more valuable it becomes. So, if you've got a 1976 penny in near mint condition, you're already on the path to having a potentially valuable coin. Then, there are errors. Coin errors can send a coin's value skyrocketing. Error coins are like 1 in a million mistakes made at the US Mint. Imagine having a penny with a double image or one with an off-center strike. These flaws can turn an ordinary penny into a collector's dream piece. So, what kind of errors should you be looking for on a 1976 penny? Here are a few of the most valuable ones. This error occurs when the design is struck twice, causing a doubled image on the obverse side. If you look closely at Liberty or the date on a double-die obverse coin, you'll see slight overlapping images. These can be worth significantly more than a regular penny. If the design is off-center, it's another error that collectors love. Depending on how severe the off-center strike is, these pennies can be worth quite a lot. A clipped planchet error is when a portion of the penny is missing due to a misfeed in the stamping machine. This rare error also adds extra value. Alright, let's talk numbers. A typical 1976 penny might just be worth a few cents or a couple of dollars if it's in really good shape. But if you have one of these rare error pennies in mint condition, things can get interesting fast. Error pennies, depending on the type and rarity, can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. For example, a double-die 1976 penny in mint condition could easily fetch $500 to $1,000 or more, while an off-center error might go for similar amounts. And if you're lucky enough to have a high-grade 1976 penny without any errors but in pristine condition, that alone could still make it valuable to collectors. Why do collectors go after these pennies with such enthusiasm? Rarity is the main factor. Not every 1976 penny is valuable, but the rare ones, whether because of a high grade, an error, or both, can bring in significant returns. Over time, these coins only increase in value, as fewer and fewer mint condition examples remain available. So, if you're lucky enough to find a 1976 penny in mint condition, or even with a unique error, it could be like holding a tiny piece of financial treasure. Now comes the big question: how much could a rare 1976 penny actually be worth? While the average 1976 penny might only be worth a few cents, the rarest ones, in mint condition and with the right error, could be worth a small fortune. Yes, that's right. Under the perfect conditions, a 1976 penny with a rare error and in pristine mint condition could reach an astonishing value of $12 million. So, next time you're digging through your change jar or examining an old collection, take a closer look. You never know when a small penny could hold a big payday. Thanks for watching, and if you're as excited about rare coins as we are, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss out on our next treasure hunt. Until next time, keep searching for history. Today, we're diving into a coin that many of us might have overlooked in our piggy banks or pocket change, the United States 1-cent coin from 1969. But don't be fooled by its humble appearance, this penny can be worth way more than just 1 cent. Imagine having a coin in your hand that could be worth an absolute fortune. How much, you ask? Stick around to find out, the price tag just might shock you. First, let's rewind to 1969. The 1960s were coming to an end, and the United States was buzzing with pivotal events and innovations. Neil Armstrong had just taken his iconic first steps on the moon, Woodstock brought generations together with music, and the Vietnam War continued to shape lives and politics. During this dynamic time, the U.S. Mint was still producing these humble copper pennies that served as the backbone of American currency. Now, while the 1-cent coin wasn't exactly new in 1969, something unique happened that year which makes certain 1969 pennies extremely valuable today. What makes this coin so special? Is it a mistake? A hidden detail? A rare feature? Let's find out. So, let's start with the basics. The 1969 penny features the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the front, also known as the obverse side. His face has graced the penny since 1909 to commemorate his 100th birthday, and it's still in use today. Above him, we have the iconic "In God We Trust" motto, while the word "Liberty" is to his left, and the date 1969 appears to his right. Below Lincoln's portrait, some coins may also have a mint mark, indicating where they were struck. On the reverse side, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial. If you look closely, you might even spot a tiny statue of Lincoln inside the memorial, a neat detail that's often overlooked. Alright, so now that we know the basics, what exactly makes the 1969 penny so special? The answer lies in a rare minting error called a double die. This means that certain details on the coin, like the date or the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," were accidentally stamped twice during the production process. This error creates a slightly blurred or doubled look, making the coin highly unique and desirable for collectors. Now, you might think a mint error would make a coin worthless, but the exact opposite is true here. Coins with this double die error are considered rare varieties, and collectors love these unique mistakes because they're a tangible piece of minting history. And when it comes to the 1969 penny, the double die error can make this simple coin worth a small fortune. So, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable double die pennies? Here's what you'll want to look for. Grab a magnifying glass or zoom in with your phone, because the double die error can be subtle to the naked eye. Start by focusing on the date 1969. If the coin has this error, you'll see the numbers look doubled, as though they were slightly misaligned and stamped twice. Next, check the word "Liberty" to the left of Lincoln's portrait. On a double die penny, each letter will appear faintly stamped again, almost like a shadow effect. And finally, look closely at "In God We Trust" at the top. If these letters also appear doubled, you might be holding on to something very special. Of course, not every 1969 penny with a double die error will be worth a life-changing amount of money. The coin's condition is a crucial factor. Coins that are graded as mint state, which means they have no signs of wear, are worth much more than coins that have circulated for years. So if you find a 1969 double die penny in near-perfect condition, its value skyrockets. Another important detail is the mint mark, or lack thereof. In 1969, double die errors were mainly found on pennies produced in Philadelphia, which means they won't have a mint mark. If your coin has a D for Denver, it's likely just an ordinary penny. So just how valuable can a 1969 double die penny be? Well, as collectors grow more passionate about finding rare coins, the demand, and therefore the price, continues to climb. Recently, some of these rare pennies have fetched jaw-dropping prices at auction, particularly those in pristine condition with clearly visible double die errors. Many of these coins have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, with some even breaking six figures. The rarest and most pristine examples, however, have gone for even more. But how much is the absolute top value? Alright, here's the moment we've all been waiting for. Are you ready to hear the shocking value that a 1969 double die penny can fetch? Brace yourself, because this simple coin has been valued at a staggering $13 million. That's right. $13 million for a coin that you might just find lying around in a drawer or coin jar. This insane value isn't just about the rarity, it's a testament to the history, the craftsmanship, and the sheer fascination collectors have for this unique piece of American coinage. So, next time you're sorting through your pennies, take a moment to look a little closer. Who knows, you could have a hidden treasure right under your nose. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. And, as always, happy treasure hunting.